Yo guys, what's up? Here Asker again with another video in From Flesh to Clay. And today we have a white beard, we have an amazing 3D poster, and we have some videos, some memes that I'm going to be reacting at. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. And by the way, this video is entirely in English, so you have the subtitles in Chinese, both in Chinese and in Spanish in case you need them. Okay, and without further ado, let's start by opening the beer. I'm thirsty. Okay, this beer, well, by the way, you know, like an apple a day keeps the doctor away, so a beer a day keeps the doctor away. You know, drinking one beer is okay, you know, it doesn't hurt. And you know, especially these days, like summer days, you know, the hot days, so it's pretty cool. You know, this beer is Whole Garden. It's a Belgian beer, and anyway, it's like 10 RMB, 11 RMB. I really like this beer. Sometimes in 7-Eleven I get good promotions, like 6 or 7 RMB if I buy 2 or 4. So I like it. And let's see, let's open this bag.
What kind of drink would you recommend with this?
There is a Belgian tradition to make all guests feel welcome. We are now going to prepare dinner. Throw it. I don't understand why some people don't like to scale fish. And finally, the major secret for a perfect dinner, Whole Garden.
Что я посоветую? Конечно, Whole Garden.
Okay, so 500 milliliters and is 4.6 if I'm 4.5 volume of alcohol, so it's okay. You know, it's not as strong as like some Dutch beers, but it's not as light as some of the or most of the Chinese beers. So let's give it a try. I haven't tried this one in some months, I think. Pretty good. We are going to talk about this 3D poster. So Army of Darkness, let's check out the box. So the company which produced this 3D poster is called Code 3, and these guys made 3,000 of these bad boys, and the price was like $100, I think, at the beginning. Now it's obviously more expensive because it's a limited edition. So if you guys are lucky, if you're fans of the movies or the comic, you guys go and get them on eBay, especially the 3D poster, which is way more difficult to get than the comic, right? And now let's see the 3D poster. So realistic. I'm fond of these 3D posters. I really like them. To me, it's art, and they look so like vivid, too realistic, and you know, they look great together when you have like all of them, or you have several of them, you know. So we have this guy, and his name, the name of the character is Ash. And if you haven't watched the movie, as I say, was released in 1992, I recommend this movie, especially if you're into horror movies, into action movies, because this one is cool. You know, it's a classic movie, depicted the story of this guy who, if I'm not mistaken, travel in time. He goes to the, I don't know, like 13th century, something like that, and he's supposed to save some people back then, and look for a book, the Necrominon, something like that. It's a book of the dead, and like, you know, there are zombies everywhere. So I really like it, and especially because I was, you know, for a period of time into horror movies. So this one is pretty cool. I also have the comic, the omnibus, so you guys can check it out. And for some reason, I love the comic way more than the movie. I mean, the movie was great when I watched it for the first time, but I read this comic last year, and I mean, the humor, and I don't know, the drawings, the art, the dialogues is intense. And actually, the ending is, to me, you know, is way better than the ending in the movie. And obviously, movies sometimes, you know, because of the budget, or they don't have the technology or whatever, they cannot, you know, like depict whatever they want, and the limitations, you know, regarding time, because usually like movies last like 1 hour and a half, maybe nowadays like 2 hours if it's a Marvel movie. These days I'm making videos like teaching you guys some idiomatic expressions, some sayings, some like chunks that people use every day in English. I'm going to do that in Chinese too, and in Spanish, because, you know, I read quite a lot and I watch videos and whatnot. So whenever I hear something, when I see something that is super common, I'm going to, you know, take it out. I'm gonna show you with some examples, so that way you guys are learning like real English, real Spanish, real Chinese. So I think that that's part of what I want to do. I hope that you guys enjoy the videos, and you know, if you want to put your hands on this book, you can go and get it. Omnibus Volume 1 is actually, there are like 2 or 3 of these omnibuses, but the stories are different. Okay, so you can read this one and it's enough, you know, and actually you can read it in one sitting. That means it's not gonna take you more than a few hours, and it's pretty good. Time to react to some videos and memes. So let's see. The first one we have, oh man, we all have our phobias. So let's check out this guy. He's very, very scared because he's in the hospital, and the nurse is going to give him a shot.
就是头转过去，你别看。
We all have our own demons, right? We have to, you know, sometimes take the bull by the horns and do what we don't like doing. Sometimes I think that most people are afraid of failure, you know, so that's why sometimes, you know, after we give up or we don't even try what we're supposed to do, and then we regret. We say, I should have done this, I would have done this, I could have blah blah blah, and you know, we regret that. But it is what it is, you know. It's part of our nature as humans, you know. We sometimes try, sometimes we're too scared, and that happens. So why I chose this video, I was watching the video and then I watched this other video. Why I'm showing you this video, because as I said, we all have our own demons. We're all scared of something. Some people are scared of snakes, some people are scared of clowns. Like I have one of my friends who is very, very scared of clowns. Some people are scared of spiders, some people are scared of death, and everybody's, you know, scared of something. And even if somebody says, oh, I'm not scared of anything, they always have something. Like the thing is, like, some people are scared of more things than others. And in my case, I'm scared of, you know, the after death, you know, what's gonna happen after we die, because, you know, we have to face what, like, you know, the final judgment. We're gonna face God, we're gonna face, I don't know, we don't know. It's like the uncertainty for many people. So this is kind of like what I'm afraid of. But I'm also afraid of heights. I can really go up, you know, to a tall building or a mountain or something like that, and you know, it's okay. But I don't feel great. I don't feel comfortable, but it's not like it's extreme. Like some people who, for example, are very afraid of heights and they start like shaking and they get sweaty and whatnot. So that's not my case. But I don't like being in those places anyway. So I saw this other video, and it's in a place here in China, not so far from where I live, and I'm thinking seriously of going there and face my demons. So if I go, I'm going to shoot a video because I think my legs probably get like jelly, and of course it's not gonna be an easy experience. But after we face our fears, I think we become better people, That's what I think. And let me tell you something. As for someone who likes learning languages and, like English, Chinese, Spanish, and whatnot, I remember when I was way younger, I used to tell my friends, yeah, I'm studying French and whatnot. And I used to say a few sentences, and my friends, wow, your French is insane, or your Chinese and whatnot. And I felt great, super confident. But deep down, I knew I was not super good at those languages. I knew, obviously, way better than them because they didn't study. And if you don't study, how else you're gonna know, right? But I knew that I might be on the spot if somebody says, hey, do you know how to translate this, or let's listen to this song, and can you help me understand, and can you help me translate? And I say, oh man, what if I have no idea? And then I watched this video. Check it out.
Él es un políglota. Habla y escribe 58 idiomas, aunque ustedes no lo crean. Bueno, pero nosotros hemos invitado a la platea de nuestro programa a algunos extranjeros residentes en nuestro país que irán conversando con usted, Siad, para justamente ver sus habilidades lingüísticas.
Virallisesti suomea, ruotsia ja
Sí, Cotimise.
¿Qué le dijo?
nos perdimos bastante.
Usted dijo que el más difícil era el chino mandarín.
Sí.
Yo supongo que para llegar y darse cuenta de que el más difícil es el chino, lo tiene que haber practicado más que a lo mejor que el...
Sí, perfectamente.
那么我向您提一个简单的问题，在地球上，在月球上能够看到唯一的地球上的人造工程是什么？
¿Dónde aprendió los conocimientos del idioma chino?
So we have this famous polyglot Ziad, and I think that he's from Egypt. So he claimed that he was the person who could speak the most languages on earth, and he said that he could speak more than 50 or something like that, but not true. And he was surrounded by so many people, as you see, like many foreigners asking him questions in Russian, in Greek, in Chinese and whatnot, and his answers were basically the same, like, oh, how do you learn this culture? How did you, like, it's like everybody was asking him the same questions, and that was not the case. So he was on the spot. Everybody knew he was lying. He couldn't speak those languages. And those languages actually are very important, right, in the world, because, if somebody says, oh, you speak like Chinese, English, French, all the languages that people speak. But if you say, oh, I speak Romanian, maybe nobody's going to put you on the spot, because who's going to speak Romanian, right? Like there's some languages that you can say, oh, I speak Navajo, or like some dialects and whatnot, and nobody's going to like put your knowledge to the test. You know what I'm saying? But if you say, oh, as an American, you're going to say, oh, I speak Spanish. So you're going to bump into some people who speak Spanish, and they're going to say, hola tío, pero carajo, pero ¿qué estás haciendo? Pero tío, pero estás cogiendo el hilo de lo que estoy diciendo. So if you really know the language, you're going to follow the conversation and say something. So this is something that we as learners of foreign languages are very scared of. Like sometimes, like we say, yeah, I speak Chinese. Okay, so can you help me? I have this phone call, and I need a translator. And say like, oh, man, what if I don't understand? So now you know me. I'm very afraid of heights, and I'm very afraid of like saying that I speak the language, and somebody comes to me asking me like weird questions or things that I have no idea, and then I'm gonna say, oh man. Well, we have this beautiful Chinese character. And when I was learning Chinese back in the old days, actually I'm still learning Chinese, right? But when I was studying Chinese, I remember the first Chinese character that I learned was house, and that's jia. And I remember it has the roof, and it has pig, you know, like an ancient pig there. So it means that if you have a pig under your roof, you're going to have a house, because, you know, in China, people love eating pork, and you can take all the pig's parts, you know, the body parts and whatnot, and you can do so many different things. So I mean, these animals are very, very useful. So that's why they're important in Chinese culture. And I learned the character, and I was fascinated. You know, I was amazed by, you know, the complexity and the beauty of those Chinese characters. So I was kind of learning every Chinese character, and I wanted to know the history behind them, and I was excited. But once you know hundreds of them, it gets real old real fast, basically, because you guys, you know, start like, okay, I know, but I cannot know all this the stories behind it, because it's gonna take me forever, you know. And at the end, I want to know what the character means. I saw this Chinese character, which is very important, right, in writing, and it's the, in the original, I mean, the meaning is like virtue or ethics or moral. And like I like countries like the Guo, you know, appears too. So I didn't know this. Pretty cool. Like there is a part that means walk. There is another part that means 10. There's another part that means I. One that means one, and heart. So I knew the parts, but I didn't get like kind of wise virtue. And when I see this, it says, okay, it's like walk with your heart as a unity, like you and your heart. Yeah. And as if 10 people were watching you. So, you know, you have to be an honest person. You have to be, you know, a person with morals and ethics, because there are always people watching you as if they were watching you, you know, like maybe they're not, but you have to think that, you know, whatever you're doing, you know, like somebody's watching you, and that way you're going to behave better. So I don't know, that's my interpretation of this, and I really like it. So we have this joke. The doctor told me that I have only 1 month to live, and I killed him, and the judge gave me 25 years. So funny. And so people don't get it, you know. Some people say like, what I don't get it. And you know, the doctor told me that I have only 1 month to live. Is because probably that person had cancer, terminal disease, is going to die, you know. And then I kill him, and the judge gave me 25 years. Of course, if you kill somebody, you're going to jail, you know. They're gonna throw you a book, and you guys are gonna end up, I don't know, like probably for 20 years, 30 years. That depends the country. So in this case, the doctor gave him 20, the judge gave him 25 years. But you know, that's interesting, because he is going to die, you know, in 1 year. So he outsmarted himself. So this is pretty good. So what is going on here? So we have Goku saying, okay, let's go to a place where there's nothing, you know, because, you know, they can cause a lot of destruction. They're so powerful. Some people in the surroundings might get injured or killed or whatnot. So let's go to a place where there's nothing, you know, an empty place. And then we have somebody with a wallet, you know, that can be my wallet, no money, and they're fighting there. So I like it. That's a Chinese meme. You know, like all languages, all cultures have different ways of expressing humor and whatnot. And, you know, once you get it, it's funny. So that's pretty much the end of the video. And I hope that you guys enjoy, and keep in touch. Watch the videos, make some comments, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Bye.